Look at the query function today. So we've gone through filter and we've gone through some other functions that do things like this that will pull one set of data from another set of data. Query is the most advanced version of that, in that it lets you search a set of data based on all sorts of criteria and returns whatever you want to return to you and even sorts it. So it's a really powerful tool. It's also a little bit complicated, so I generally try to use filter or something similar when I can, like VLOOKUP also. But query is there if you ever need to do something really complicated and get something very specific back. So you can see right here we have an example of a query function, and in this cell you can see we're actually using it. So for query, and as always you can start typing and you will see the hints will pop up of how it works. But first you pass in the data you're searching, then you pass in the query function. So this is like SQL, it's a function that is asking for the data. It's basically the statement that says what you want from the data. And then you just pass in the headers if you do want headers or if you don't want headers. So here, let's look at this one. So for this one, this is the function we're running. So we're searching this data, the master table sheet, that range, A6 to H1600. So that's all over there. There's the same sheet that we usually use for all the data. So A6 to H. So it's searching the first row, including the header, and then all the data. So that's why in the formula I have a 1 here, because I'm using the header, right? So see the header, there's a 1 there because I'm including the header in the search function. So I wanted to return the header also. And I wanted to know that that's a header and it shouldn't be searching it. So we have our range we're searching, and then we have our query function. So I'm not going to go into a ton of detail on this. There's a lot of great courses out there on SQL and on queries that you can dig into if you want to. The point of this is that you know what's possible if you do ever need to write a very complicated query to pull some sort of data. But you'll see in this case we're selecting columns A, B, C, and F from that other sheet from here, where column B is either there you are, or column B is constant disregard. Then we're ordering it by column B, then column C, which is just like sorting. And then again, we have a header column, so we have a 1 there. So here you go. So it's pulling from that other sheet, columns A, B, C, and F, where B, here's column B category, is either there you are, which is down there, or constant disregard. And then sorting, first by B, so first constant disregard comes before there you are, and then by package. So package C comes before K, and then B before C before K. So that's it. So again, somewhat complicated, but it's a really powerful tool that if you do end up going the path of learning more technology, SQL is a really powerful tool. It's a very fundamental database querying language. It doesn't just apply to Google Sheets, it applies to other SQL databases and Postgres and a lot of other technology. If you know SQL, you probably also understand how databases work in terms of selecting certain data, joining them, sorting them, ordering them, different criteria for selecting the data. It's definitely a nice step to take if you want to get a little more technologically advanced, and it's incredibly powerful, as you can see, even in Google Sheets. But if you're going to go the route of learning more data, learning more about databases, SQL is a really powerful tool that a lot of jobs will be very excited if you understand.